I wonder if all these dream hostels actually still exist. Which way are we going? Not in that direction. Back in the direction of the Rinnock, but without a real intention to walk around the Rinnock itself. What just caught my eye here was this Halicini, because I'll tell you for why. You may remember the other day I was filming a statue and there was a king who I knew nothing about. It said Corol Danilo, and when I looked at it on Wikipedia or Googled him, I came up with an answer. A man walking backwards into you, that's never a good sign, is it? Happened to me once on a dance floor. I was on one leg, did my anterior cruciate ligament. Would you believe that you could do such an injury just innocently dancing? Back to that statue of King Danilo. It seems that he was a 13th century character way back in Ukraine's history, which is perhaps an eye-opener for some people who didn't realise that Ukrainian history went back that far, because it's perhaps often thought that the history began kind of with the Zaporizhia Cossacks. So I don't know too much. I can't repeat half of what the Wikipedia article said. It was just a case of sort of trying to pinpoint who this guy was and where he came from in history. I think he was the son of a previous king who may have been called Lev. If you want to read more, there is a Wikipedia article, and the name of the guy, Danilo Hravit, like that name that, you see, I can't do the pronunciation, can I? Like the name from the sign I just pinpointed. Or, if that's a bit too vague, you could do just what I did. Which was type in Corol Danilo. From there, it will lead you to the article that I read. Yes, I love these decorative manhole covers. Sun's just disappearing behind a cloud. Does that mean more rain? Yesterday was all about rain. It was kind of a good day to have as a rest day, even though it was a Saturday, and for a lot of people, you wouldn't want to take a Saturday off if you're backpacking around, would you? You'd rather take a Sunday off, I imagine. Today is Sunday, but certainly busy for a lot of people who have the day off work. Not if you're a waiter or waitress, though. So much to stop and film. Here, two more statues, religious statues clearly, and another one down in that little courtyard there. Oh, hello. No, it's okay, thank you. Maybe I want a picture, says the lady. Maybe I want to hand over $10, says the lady. May not be as much as $10, but I'd rather not. After all, I'm meeny, weeny, whiny traveller, aren't I? I don't like spending money on such things, such trivial things. Although the other part of me admires the lady's enterprise. In both senses, I think. Well, 1786 seems to be a popular year. Gosh, you could be in Paris, couldn't you? You could be in Paris, but you wouldn't have to pay the Paris prices here. Hadn't checked out the menus and things, but undoubtedly while not being incredibly cheap, Lviv in summer obviously will raise its prices, but won't be as expensive as a Parisian holiday. I remember this up here on the side of the building, which I thought from a distance the other day was a mural, but it's actually some kind of canvas advertising thing for UNESCO. But useful little landmark to, you know, get your bearings, as I like to say. It's our friend King Danilo Harvielecki. Aha, that man can pronounce it far better than me. I was hoping that maybe when we got a chance to get up close and personal to Danilo, we would have an information plaque with his proper history, but we can't see one. It's a little bit out of reach. This figure on the left's interesting. She's got her foot, perhaps. Has she got her left knee sort of resting on the head of a figure? Well, just the face of a man on the ground. Kind of interesting mix of social realism and classical art, a blend of the two. Their helmets actually resemble Japanese samurai, don't they? But they're not Japanese samurai. Wonder if this is coincidental, the similarity in design, protecting the back of the neck. There's an angle you don't see every day. Or do you? This is quite an eye-catching building up here, another building that once you see it, you can't forget it, and therefore it helps pinpoint where you are. As the brain is working on a sort of memory map of a new town, because although I've been here numerous times in the past, it's certainly been a long time since I was here last, and I've seen a whole lot in between since. Guess the work of local children. Greco-Katolicki Hram, Greek Catholic temple. Oh, here we go. It's one of those Bernardine monasteries again. Saw just the other day in Krakow, didn't we? Wonder if we can get a peep. Blimey, if you like beautiful artwork, paintings in there on the ceiling and the walls, absolutely fabulous, I would say. I wanted to go further, but there were quite a lot of people actually in there doing the praying thing, and therefore I didn't want to be too much of an obnoxious oik going in there myself with my camera and silently filming everything. My standards may be low, but I do have standards still, you know. While I'm here, I'm a little bit tempted. Are these children's paintings, or is it naive folk art, or naive art, however it's described? Can't be 100% sure. I'm not going to give you money for a guy shouting, but he shouts so well. How ridiculous. That's kind of naive art in itself, isn't it? Wouldn't you say? Ooh. Crikey. Bit of a messy moat. And I really was hoping to go easily around that away, but it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a straightforward little walk as I suspected it would be. The big shocking news from Lviv: huge spaces here on this underpass, which is nice and clean. And I'm glad it's not just covered in crap graffiti, but what an opportunity if you're a street artist to use these blank canvases. There may or may not be a tradition of it. We certainly saw some the other day representing the heroes of Azovstal and also the tragedy of Mariupol at the theatre where so many hundreds of people were murdered. Aha. Well, in time, perhaps. Give it time and that underpass could be gloriously decorated. Things are relatively new here, I see, with these fresh surfaces, so perhaps the artists just biding their time before they get their spray can paints out again. Having moved hostels successfully, I'm now feeling as though I just can't resist the temptation to do more filming. I've got 6 more nights, I think, in Lviv, because I've had to juggle things around. I couldn't get a train on the day I just assumed I could to Ivano-Frankivsk. And I can't find a train at all on from there in the direction I wanted to go, but maybe closer to the day something will materialise. Lawson pub, Nigella Lawson pub. I could see this as a circular pub, you know, a circular bar outdoors under the umbrella, serving people all around if they had some more benches in. Maybe that's how it was once, one summer in the past.